He's dressed up like the 70s, and we're going to have to go in quietly.
Wait, are we going in? Oh my god.
So we're going to go in, so yeah, very quiet.
So we're giving you, of course, a new clue every day. The answer is going to be revealed tomorrow morning. We have got some people getting it right in the last 24 hours. Sue and Michael in Seaford, Mark from Brighton, Carol from Stenning. But we've had plenty of wrong guesses, including Louis Walsh. That was a suggestion of Diane in Billingshurst. Also, Gary Lineker said Anne in Burgess Hill. That was wrong, I'm afraid, Anne. Mo in the Witterings said, is it Chris Evans? We said no. And Rita in Burgess Hill suggested Elton John. They are all wrong. As I say, we have got a few people that are getting it right, and we will reveal more tomorrow after our final clue, or part of Small Talk here on BBC Radio Sussex, where it now is 9 minutes to 8, and I've left a little bit of time here on the programme, really for this next item. Something a little bit different is actually happening in the studio here at BBC Radio Sussex, and it isn't just the fact that I'm dressed up as part of our ABBA celebrations. Just entered the studio, sitting in front of me right here is content creator Tubbo, who is in the middle of a challenge. Now the challenge is to stream continuously 24/7 for 90 days, during which he's engaging in lots of activities, including gaming, visiting charities, the camera's even on while he's sleeping. We checked that out a couple of hours ago, I have to say. And it all feels very Big Brother. As I say, he is with me now. Good morning.
Good morning.
I've got so much to ask and so much to say.
Please ask away.
I mean, I am also of the understanding that, of course, we are live at the moment on your streaming platform, which we'll talk about in just a moment. And, of course, for me to say, well, isn't this all a bit strange, dressed the way I am this morning?
No, please. I agree. It is very, very strange. Not many people embark to stream their life for this long.
So tell us all about this then. I'm interested in the mechanics of it, because we've got someone who's filming you talking to me here right now. But what is this? What is this all about? What actually is this all about?
Well, it started off kind of as like a celebration of such. So 4 years ago, on the 1st of March, when this started, I did my biggest ever broadcast to date to around 400,000 people. And then as a community, we kind of celebrated ever since. And every year we've done this challenge just to see how long we can go for, kind of like an endurance test.
Okay, I understand that, and of course, you know, funny enough, we were talking earlier on about a story about the danger of people taking photographs close to the cliffs on the Sussex coast and stuff. Everyone wants to document everything all the time, but this is absolutely extreme documentation, isn't it?
Every second.
And when we tuned into you a little bit earlier, and people may, we'll tell them how to do it in a second, but they may well do it right now. You were asleep. And yet people were talking about you being asleep.
Yeah, it's just constant. When you phrase it like that, maybe it's a little bit weird. But I kind of think about it as more, when I'm asleep, it's more just like a chat room where they're talking amongst themselves. That's just not necessarily talking about me, per se. Because, you know, I do need to sleep some hours of the day.
Yeah, of course you do. Okay, so where do people see this, first of all? Let's get to the nitty-gritty of the whole thing.
Well, all of this goes down on my Twitch channel. I do a little bit on YouTube, but it's mainly 100% Twitch.
Yeah.
And
yeah, I checked some of your past stuff out on YouTube last night, and I was sort of watching it. And as you were mentioning just now, this has sort of been a bit of a build-up, hasn't it? You sort of did a few things, and now we're going to this sort of 90-day thing. So it's on Twitch, which people have to subscribe to, don't they?
yes.
So how many people have you got following you at the moment then on Twitch?
I think it's around 5.1 million.
So you've got 5.1 million people on a platform which you have to pay to watch.
Well, it's not.
So,
it is free to watch, but you can pay to watch if you're enjoying what you're watching.
And are people doing that?
Yeah, because this whole thing, it's called a subathon. So there's a timer in the bottom corner where every time someone subscribes, it adds a minute of time onto the timer. And when the timer hits 0 is when the stream will go off.
Right.
And it has a cap of 90 days.
Okay. And this, so is there money to be made out of this then, I suppose, is the question I want to ask you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So you're doing all right?
No, yeah, I'm very comfortable.
Is this all you're doing now then?
This is all I'm doing. I'm finished with school now. I've been doing this full time I've been streaming for 6 years. I dropped out of school when we went into the first lockdown during COVID, and been doing this full time ever since then.
Okay, let's talk about the mechanics of it then.
Okay.
So we've got someone filming us at the moment, standing behind you here in the BBC Radio Sussex studio. So who's that?
Oh, this is my friend Max. He's also a streamer as well.
Hi, Max.
Good morning.
Yeah, very good. Holding the camera steady. I like that. Very good. So you got him. I think when we were watching you on the stream, when you were coming up to the studios, you had someone else with you today?
Oh, yeah, that's my dad.
Okay.
He's making sure I'm not late to things.
Oh,
Love
right.
my dad.
So he's the timekeeper.
He is the timekeeper.
So where are you going next after this?
So, after this, we're probably going to head over to... We recently got offices in Brighton, so we're going to head over there.
Okay.
Why is that funny?
No, it's not funny. It's not funny. I am just taking myself into different levels here. This is great. So you recently got offices.
Yeah, so I was working out of my bedroom for the last year because I only just moved to Brighton, and I was like, well, let's time for maybe a degree of work-life separation.
Okay.
So for this big stream, actually, got a big office building. It's wonderful. Got it all renovated, and we've been running shows there. We do a talk show basically about like lying and deceit. It's really funny.
Yeah.
And we're also running a cooking show, and we are doing a D&D campaign, like a recorded one of them as well, kind of a podcast kind of thing.
Right.
So that's all out of the new studio. Me personally, I spend a lot of my time just playing video games, telling jokes. That's more of my speed.
I'm interested to know as well. So 90 days is a long time to do it. I understand, obviously, that is a finite period of time, however, so that does finish eventually. And we'll talk about what you may do after that in just a moment. But I mean, it's a long old time. It is a full-time job for you. You are earning from this, but the earning is as a result of what you are doing. So you're never off.
No, never off. Not during the stream. It takes a bit of a toll after a while, but overall, I'd say I really, really love this.
Okay, so what happens once the 90 days finishes?
Oh, I'll probably go on holiday.
Will you stream that? Or?
No, well,
maybe.
Well, you can't keep me away for too long. But
because the thing is, if you're in that mindset, and clearly you're in the mindset around everything to do with documentation, everything to do with platforming and all the rest of it, your head goes into, it's a bit like journalism and it's a bit like radio really in many ways. Your head goes into an area where you go, gosh, I really must get that down, or I really must do that. So does that continue even though you sort of switch the camera off?
Oh yeah, 100%. After this stream, I'll be working on some of my next projects. I have some ideas for some more shows that I want to create, and in the downtime when I'm going to take a bit of time off streaming, I will probably, I don't know, keep working on stuff, maybe take it a little bit slower, a little bit of recovery time, but yeah, no, I want to work on making the next thing.
Millions of people following you on the platform, so at any one time, you know, hundreds of thousands of people sort of watching it in one go, even if you're sleeping, for example. It's quite a lot of pressure, isn't it?
It can be quite a lot of pressure. When I was a lot younger, because obviously I've been doing this for so long and I'm only 20 now, so when I was like 16, I felt the pressure a lot more than I do now, but as it's been a while, I feel almost like classically conditioned from the pressure, and it's generally quite a lot more relaxed now, I feel.
Okay, so people can go on Twitch and watch, and if they go on there today, they'll obviously be watching this interview as well. Can you sort of go back and watch things as well?
Yeah, it's all archived every second.
Wow. Honestly, I've got to take my hat off to you. I mean, you know, we think we're a bit mad in the media game, I have to say, but this is really something else. Well, we wish you the very, very best of luck, and thank you very much for coming in today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Hello to everyone that is watching, and you know, I am only dressed the way I am dressed because we're doing the whole 50th anniversary of ABBA winning at the Brighton Dome, the Eurovision Song Contest.
Hell yeah.
Back in 1974, it's a very long time ago.
Before my time.
Very much before your time. It was only just in my time, actually. But listen, thank you for coming in today. All the best of luck with the stream. How many more days have you got of this?
Well, day 35 right now, so we've got a good 55 max left.
You're only a third of the way through. Well,
yep.
Good luck, and thank you for coming in.
Thank you so much for having me.
Good to see you. That is Tubbo, streaming online right now, 24/7 for another, whatever it is, few days, as you said, quite a few days. and on Twitch as well. And good to see him. And also cameraman and dad, who's keeping an eye on the clock.
Can we get a photo of you guys? Just
Yeah,
for
of course.
socials, is that
That's
all right?
so
Brilliant.
stressful.
How did that compare to streaming then?
Yeah, it's a lot more stressful than streaming.
Yeah, I think it feels more important because you've got like all the branded stuff. But
I
then
thought
like,
they'd have like a DJ deck.
it's really cool. Some of the studios up at Radio 1 have got like full DJ setup.
That's cool.
It's awesome.
With me?
Yeah, with both you guys, please. Amazing. I'll just grab one like that. Brilliant, nice one.
Awesome.
Thank you so much for coming in. I really appreciate it.
No
mate. Great to
worries.